Welcome back to another episode of Andy's Workbench. Today is a special episode. I am going to do a little bit of a recap, or a reissue if you will, of a video that I created last year of a comparison between a vintage AKG C-12 microphone and a MicParts.com 12251 that I built. And as always, I really appreciate all of your support and comments and likes, and please subscribe and like this video if you find it informational. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up this kit. This is the MicParts 12251 that I built with the upgraded power supply. Of course, it comes with all the parts for the microphone, a great shock mount, high quality connection cable. This is a multi-pin cable. I believe it's 7 pins. Power cord, even has a pop filter. I use an external pop filter on a stand, but this is quite effective. It fits the mic nice and tight. I'm not even going to get it on there right now, but it'll do the job if necessary in a quick pinch. And a power supply that has a polar pattern selection on the front. Mostly leave it in cardioid, but really great in an omni position or a figure 8. Great, easy build to make. This took about 2 weeks. I really take my time with these things, you know, again, family life and all of that. But, you know, if you really wanted to knock it out, you could probably do it in a couple days. I wanted to show you the insides of this because, again, it is a tube mic. Fantastically built, really well designed. And you'll see that the tube is inverted and into a socket, as well as the circuit boards on both sides. Pretty minimal, but with a beautiful capsule that it comes with. I recommend checking out MicParts.com. Not associated with them, but I really do like their products and service, as I say in the video. I will have some pictures, if I can find them, included in this video to show you some steps of the build as I was doing it. So let's check it out. Let's go to the video and see how it sounds in the studio and see what I did to make it sound like that. I'm really excited to share with you today a project that I just finished. It is the microphoneparts.com 12251. It's a kit, and you put it together along with the power supply, and what you build is a replica of the AKG C-12 or the Telefunken 251. And what we're going to do today is we're going to do a test between this mic, which is the kit, and the original AKG C-12. This is a vintage AKG C-12 built in 1952, and it's got all the original components as well. It's in an immaculate condition. It's an excellent, excellent instrument that has been one of my favorites and go-to mics for many years now. The new 12251, which was a kit, I purchased for about $880 with shipping and tax, and it comes with the upgraded power supply. And this microphone, for less than $1,000, rivals the sound of the AKG C-12, which is absolutely astounding. And I'm going to share with you the testing that we did with it and how we made it work and how we compared the two together. And I'm also going to post a couple of files that you can actually listen to of the same source at the same time through the same mic pre, and you can check it out and see for yourself. I think you'll be impressed. So a while back, I had ordered the S87 from MicParts.com. This mic I believe sells now for about $350, $359 plus tax and shipping. And I put this together in about a week, taking my time. I probably could have done it in a few hours. And this microphone rivals some of the mics that I have at the studio that are probably in the $3,000 to $5,000 price range. This one was $350. It has an amazing detail, amazing quality, and again, not that hard to put together. I recommend you trying this one first if you're just starting out and learning how to solder. It takes a couple hours. You got a couple circuit boards and a capsule, and boom, you have a microphone that sounds absolutely astounding. Now, I didn't actually document the whole video process of building the microphone and building the power supply. I took a couple pictures and step by step of some of the components that were dropped onto the circuit boards and some of the chassis and connector builds and whatnot. So you can actually see what's involved with building the kit. So the signal path today is we're going to take the two mics and we're going to plug them into two Focusrite ISA 110 preamplifiers. No EQ, no compression, same gain settings for both preamplifiers. I'm going to take the output of the preamplifiers, we're going to bring them up on the Euphonics S5. Again, no EQ, no compression, same input level, and we're going to plug that into the Matrix, into the Pro Tools. So first, we're going to hook up the AKG C-12. This is the original power supply for the AKG C-12. It's got an outboard polar pattern selector, which we're going to set to cardioid position. And then we're going to connect up the power supply to our MLS. So first, power cable, power strip, plug, then our connector to the polar pattern selector. Use a short cable straight up to the patch bay. This goes into input 5. Next up, we're going to do the same thing. This is the power supply for the 12251, and this also has a polar pattern selector on the front, and we're going to set that to cardioid. Plug it into the same strip. Then we're going to use our output and go into input 6. This has a 7-pin connector. This goes on to the front of that. The C-12 has its vintage connector with nice big spade plugs. We'll run that up to the microphone, and then we'll connect the multi-pin to the front. Nice and solid. Everything's off before we plug them in. So one of the things I found out about working with these microphones is that they definitely need to be decoupled through their stands. So shock mounts are critical. The standard connection for the C-12 actually attaches directly to the boom, and I found that there's a lot of energy that transfers through the boom to the mic. So I actually have a spare blue mic clip that I'm going to use that the AKG seems to fit in there very nicely and decouples it from the stand. So in all fairness, it's a nice way to work when you can decouple the mic energy from the stand. Same thing for the microphone parts. Comes with a really nice shock mount that the mic looks really good in, works really well with, and mounts really easily into the stand. And then we'll use our connector here to get that connected. And the next thing I'll do is I'll connect the C-12's connector. Well, they certainly don't make them the way they used to. These are amazing high quality connections, and after 50 plus years, almost 60 years, these things still work great and still sound great. This guy uses a threaded connector, really solid as it gets connected. This is why I love this microphone. Next up, we'll position these up so they'll be capsules will be right next to each other, and then we'll get Jalen warmed up for her singing. Definitely want to use a popper stopper when you're recording with these guys. They're super sensitive. So it's nice to get those plosives under control. That looks pretty good. After we get the mic set, make sure that our power supply is on. There's that one. There's that one. We got lights ready to go. We're going to let these warm up for a few minutes and get some levels. So I'm going to set the ISA 110s up one click for each one, with the trims about the same to start right about now. And right there you could see that the 12251, its gain is hitting about, 7 to 8 dB hotter right out of the gate. That's just room tone. So after we plugged in the mics, when we checked out what's going on, we actually found out that the 12251 is actually 7 to 8 dB hotter than the AKG C-12. And so what we're going to do is we're going to track the mics at their actual levels, because we figured that the way they hit the preamplifier is the way they should be tracked, and then the S5 is not doing any kind of processing or post-processing, so we'll let the actual levels be what they are as they're going into the Pro Tools, and then we'll post-process them and see. We'll probably bring the AKG C-12 up and the actual 251 down so that they're equal, so that you have a better comparison.
I wish I had the words to describe the way I feel inside. 'Cause lately I've been pushing forward without you, darling. It's all I can do, yeah. And I'm I want to live in a world where I don't let go of your hand. And I want to live in a world where love is my best friend. Oh yeah, where love is my best friend.
So what I did was I recorded the two tracks simultaneously. The 12251 was hotter than the C-12. To make them equal, I used clip gain and brought up the C-12 plus 3.2 dB, and I brought down the 12-251 by 3 dB, so a difference of 6.2. And then I took my meter, panned each one hard left and hard right, and I got the same overall balance on both, on my peaks, at a -4.6, which I think is a great jumping off place, and the level sounds really good. It's a nominal level. Now, I'm not sponsored by microphoneparts.com. This is something that I just love to do, and I wanted to share it with you because I am really excited about the results. A vintage AKG C-12 up against a 12-251 microphone parts kit for $880. The results are absolutely outstanding, and I am looking forward to my next builds, which are probably going to be an upgrade to an MXL 990, that kit with a capsule, a circuit board, and a windscreen, probably around $300 for that upgrade. And you wind up with, again, an exceptional microphone. And I will probably also be doing the CMC5, which is a Shep circuitry, should rival a location microphone that I've loved for a long time. So I will definitely be building those. And you should check out microphoneparts.com. I think their products are exceptional. Their service is exceptional. I have nothing bad to say. Their kits are great. Their instructions are spot on. Read the instructions. Read them a couple times. You will enjoy the process, and the end result is extremely rewarding. I've had a lot of fun with these, and what you wind up with is an instrument, a tool that you can use in your work every day, and I do. I hope that was informative. I hope you got something out of that video. It was really fun to make. It's really always a great day when you get to record in the studio, especially with a great talent like Jalen. And this microphone, again, performs absolutely amazing. And it is one of my favorite go-tos in my arsenal of mics that I like to use. Once again, click subscribe, like this video, leave a comment. Ask any questions. I love to interact with people and find out what they're thinking, what they want to know. Thanks again for watching Andy's Workbench, and we'll see you soon.